what do you like, cornerback versus linebacker for the number one spot?
I think cornerback is probably the number. It's a higher position value. You got to pay some guys. Sometimes they paid a guy that felt like it earned it. It feels like they're constantly bringing people in. They got 3 guys right now on rookie contracts, and it allows you to cycle someone out if you want to. And it's a hard position to fill. Like a lot of teams probably don't like their second corner, and
Saints like their fourth.
Yeah, and linebacker. And part of this is assisted by DeMario's willingness to not max out his value. Like he just takes good deals. Like it's solid, but he should have been paid a lot more by the Saints than he has been if he wanted to be, and he probably could have been. He could have left, tested the market, whatever. He hasn't. So if you're adding in the value of that, that helps. But they've done and it's shocking linebackers on this list because they went until about 18 without ever having a good linebacker, and now they have a plethora of them. But
we were concerned about it to begin this offseason.
Yeah,
and it's amazing that Willie Gay looked like he was active in that first OTA. We know they're high on him from talking behind the scenes. He didn't cost much. It was just such a nice addition to make you feel better about it. It was almost a worry spot. And look, Demario Davis is 35 years old, so finding another Demario is not going to be that easy. Cornerback is the one that they keep. I thought cornerback was the obvious number one. I was just curious if you're going to make a case at linebacker. Is there anywhere else where they've done it right, you think? Where they haven't been missing on draft picks or free agent spending, or we like their young receiver core, but does that mean they've done it right, or did they stumble into Rashid Shaheed and A.T. Perry?
I feel like I would make the argument they've done it right. Now, anybody listening to this is going to be like, well, they paid Mike Thomas and he was hurt forever. I feel like paying Mike at that time was the right decision, though.
Yeah, of course.
They kind of, they had bad luck at it. I would make a case that yes. I mean, the emotional reaction to that would be no, but I disagree with the emotional reaction.
They've invested so many resources on the offensive line and the defensive line, and they have not paid off. I think those are smart positions to draft with first-round picks. They've just been burned and burned and burned. Running back's another one that's a category contender for me. Even though Jamal Williams was a total bust last year, I liked what they spent on him. They spent nothing that's going to show up on the books, like $3.5 million a year for a veteran who could do a little everything and do 25 touches if you need him to in 1 week. I like third-round pick on running back Kendre Miller. We've said a million times. If anything, the only argument you could say is should they not have paid Alvin a lot of money, but I think he was a safe bet for a second contract, even at a position where a lot of guys go bust during their second contracts, and I think he's almost all the way through it, still being a value. So running back's another one where I'm okay with how they've built that room.
I'm just kind of like philosophically opposed to kind of some of the things that they've done. They're giving the running back the next contract. I feel like they could have easily gotten better production at running back 3, like through the draft, the same or better, and saved a little bit of money. I don't know. I mean, it's like I don't have a strong case. It's just kind of like my thoughts on team building are a little bit different than some of the stuff we've seen there. But I'm not up in arms about any of it. Like Alvin's probably worked out well to the point, but I also feel like you probably could have got 3.9 yards per carry somewhere else, like without paying that much money. So I don't know.
Avoid the second contracts with everyone. I'm trying to see if there's any teams.
Like if you had taken that money plus Jamal's money, spent it on your offensive line, and just drafted somebody, like are you in a different position?
Who was Seattle's running back before they drafted Ken Walker? Did they have a guy? Like I'm trying to see a team that's just like all we're doing is our second and third round picks. Like Seattle right now is Ken Walker, and then they drafted Zach Charbonnet after him. Like, I'm trying to see how many teams are just like, nope. No second contract guys on our team. I mean, Miami to an extent with Raheem Mostert and Devon Achane just because Raheem Mostert didn't cost a lot. But, I mean, there is a strong argument to be made to just be like, nope,
I mean, we might see if they block this as well as they should, though, and then you have kind of an elite, talented vision type player, then it might all of a sudden become worth it. Like, I know we've seen this specific system take nobodies and make them into stars and take average guys and turn them into Hall of Famers and stuff, but you see in San Francisco like an elite guy behind the system, and it's legitimately like game changing. Maybe I don't think to that level, but like it'll probably have some type of effect on Alvin. So I think the point I just made about like you could probably get that yards per carry somewhere else, that might change if you do things a little bit better. But philosophically though, like there's just too much information saying like just draft guys in the mid rounds and don't spend your money there. You can get more mileage elsewhere. So just for that reason, like I can't walk that. I'm not prepared to walk that back yet.
No, and the only thing I will, Alvin, he was catching 83 passes a season. He even caught 75 last year. So that's an added value that he brings that helps you age a little bit at that.